Digital.
Good evening, everybody. Another Monday night it is. 10:30 the time reads. And you're hooked on to Friends Digital with me, Jimmy, saying up close and personal. Yes, there's so much in life. There's so much to speak about. There's so much to say, and there's so much to talk. And that's what life is all about. Up close and personal with me, Jimmy, every Monday on Friends Digital, a live video podcast. And that's what life is all about. So I just like to tell you folks a lot of things. I speak every Monday on stories which I have encountered, real life stories. And today, of course, happy Children's Day to everybody. And somewhere or another, we, bring out the child in us many a time. And today I'm going to be sharing a story, you know, which really, really moved my heart. And it happened quite some time back. This story is very, very special because one day, when I was on my show on radio, I received a call from a lady. And this was during festive season, just before Christmas. And this lady runs a small little home with about 4 or 5 orphan children, and she told me that, Jimmy, these children have never known or felt what a festive season is all about. And it was so important to get smiles on their faces, he said, Jimmy. I don't have the means, nor do I have the support, nor do I know what to do to let these children enjoy a beautiful festive season. So I had a talk with her and I took down her details offline. You know, I said, let me see what I can do. Because she was telling us there's these 5 children, they're always at home. Uh, I try to help them out the best I can. So I took down the details offline. And before I know it, I got hundreds and hundreds of messages and calls from the listeners who wanted to do something for the children. So, what we did on 25th December, along with me and about 16 listeners, we went over to that lady's home. There were their 5, 6 children out there, and we actually celebrated Christmas with them. It was cakes, it was snacks, it was sing song, so much happening, and it brought a smile on those children's faces. So beautiful. The smile was that sometimes we wonder, the small things we do can make a difference. And before I tell you the next story, today I just like to tell you that, of course, Friends FM went across the city of Kolkata, giving sweets, chocolates, candies, milkshake Tetra Packs, thanks to Kevin and Alpan Libel, jellies, candies, and lollipops. And I'm going to show you some pictures. You can actually see it and see the smiles and the happiness on these kids' faces. It's so beautiful. They are absolutely ready to go about with it, uh, holding the packets, smiling away. And this is how, and this is what difference you can make to their lives. So, I was just showing you certain pictures which actually brings about a difference in their lives. So, as I said, uh, so much happening, and together we can make a difference. So today being Children's Day, what have we done for those kids? What do we plan to do for those kids? Do we make a difference in their lives? Think about it. Maybe today all of us, when we travel, we can carry a little bit of eclairs with us. And when this child comes or the child smiles and asks for something, you can actually give him one chocolate eclair, see the smile on their faces. So, as I was saying, the story where the listeners came forward and on Christmas Day we went. There was another case and another incident, and this happened during pujas. There were 2 children at home with their maid servant, and the entire city was in festivity. And because of this, the children, were feeling very down and rejected, and they were hardly in their teens, about 9, 10. So guess what, one of them phoned up onto the show and said, Jimmy, I'm just calling into Dil say. I am listening to the music, but we are alone at home with our maid servant while everybody's enjoying themselves. So I asked them, where do you stay? They said we stay at this particular complex. And well, I tried to pep them up. I played a song for them. I did a lot. But you know what happened? That message, that heart to heart conversation was heard by a lot of people staying in the complex. And all of them got together, at least about 10, 12 of them got together. They went over to that flat and they celebrated pujas with the kids, with their children, and it was a beautiful time. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to get a smile on a child's face. And on this Children's Day, we must take a pledge that every day must be a child's day. Every day we can spread the smiles, we can help the children, we can get them into that true spirit of happiness and smiling. And that's what it's all about. Not a single day. Across the days, across the year, 365 days in a year, we must make a difference to children. We must help them. We must get smiles on their faces, and we can do it in our small way. You don't have to move oceans and seas. We can do it in our small way. And a happy Children's Day to everybody. And remember, today we all take a pledge together that all of us will do our little bit to bring about a difference to a lot of the children out there in some way or another, even if it's a smile on the face, even if it's giving one chocolate eclair, and do that on a daily basis. If we can do our bit by teaching a couple of poor children, that would also be very nice. And this reminds me of another story, my third story right now. I remember a girl from class 12 gave me a call on my show. And she said, Jimmy, I really want to do something for the kids on the street. And I said, what are you good in? She said, I'm good in studies. So I said, why don't you teach the poor kids in your area? So she thought the idea was nice. And she got a couple of the street children together, about 12 of them. And under the street light, she was teaching them thrice a week. And this was just one girl. Slowly, as time went by over the years, students from class 12, the girls, all her friends, they got together and across 16 paras, they were teaching the poor kids on the street, under the street light using slates. Today, it's become a big movement, but very quiet, no big noise. They are doing their small bit, and they are making a difference in a child's life. So, on this Children's Day, once again, let's take a pledge that every day we will get a smile on the kid's face, or we'll help a child to make their future a little bright, even if it's with a smile, and even if it's about bringing happiness to them. Remember, Friends Digital is the place where we go live, where we engage with you all, where we talk about true stories, at least right here on Up Close and Personal. Tomorrow at 12 noon, you can join in with Arjit as he takes you on Kitchen Tales, and at 9:30 p.m., warm up with Srijan. And it's time for me, your host, Jimmy, to say good night and take care on this edition of Up Close and Personal. Up every Monday on Up Close and Personal, right here on Friends Digital, absolutely live. Do take care. Happy Children's Day. Keep smiling. Keep spreading the difference. Keep spreading the goodness and get a smile on the children's faces. Till then, good night. Take care. God bless. Have a great Tuesday ahead. And happy Children's Day once again. Good night.